Hey, good morning, everyone. Well, Chantal made landfall as a tropical storm earlier this morning around 4 a.m. Between Charleston and Myrtle Beach. So we've got a lot of rainfall on the northern and northeastern side of this system. So they're getting a lot of rain in areas towards our northeast and also towards our east, specifically right around Myrtle Beach. But here's the latest forecast track for Chantal. So this is taking it out to Monday afternoon. So it will continue to weaken as it moves over the eastern portions of the Carolinas. In fact, it should be a tropical depression as early as this afternoon as it makes its way across North Carolina, and then by late tonight weakening down to just a post-tropical low, so meaning it loses its tropical characteristics as it works its way towards Virginia. Now, as we take a look at first alert radar, we are showing still that center of circulation, but again, it has made its way onshore, so it will start to weaken a little more quickly as it works its way towards north. Now, again, that rain is concentrated across the northern portions of the center of the circulation. In fact, Myrtle Beach has already seen more than 5 inches of that rainfall. They have flood watches in effect for extreme northeastern portions of South Carolina and also in the portions of North Carolina, including central North Carolina. They have a flood watch in effect in anticipation of some heavy downpours that will be moving through that area. So, of course, as you just saw, the rain looking a little bit more widespread and heavy to areas to our north and our east. But for us here at home, can't completely rule out, may have some locally heavy downpours making its way into eastern portions of our viewing area. So we do have just a marginal risk of possibility of some localized flooding to develop for our easternmost communities. This includes portions of Clarendon, Lee County, Sumter County, and also portions of Kershaw County. We could see that developing as we head into late this morning, but not a lot of rain so far. Some rain in those areas, but we're not anticipating anywhere like what they're seeing out towards the coast with what we're going to see here in the Midlands. Now, lake wind advisory continues until 8 a.m., so it looks like it should expire here shortly. They issued this because of wind gusts that could be up to around 30 miles per hour for Calhoun, Sumter, Clarendon, and also portions of Orangeburg counties. And as we take a look at sustained wind speeds, we're not seeing the winds quite as strong as they were earlier this morning. Sumter now down to about 10 miles per hour, but it hasn't been really all that bad for our area. In fact, most of the Midlands, it's pretty calm. We've got light winds, about 5 to 10 mile per hour winds across most of the Midlands and plenty of sunshine, including right here in Columbia. In fact, it's looking nice to start out your Sunday morning and hardly know that there was a tropical storm to our east. 75 in Columbia, 75 in Sumter right now, 75 in St. Matthews, 74 in Orangeburg, and 72 in Manning. But again, the farther east you are in the Midlands, that's where you'll see some impacts from Chantal. So as I continue to put this into motion, you see we could have some wind gusts working their way, winds picking up, I should say, for areas north of I-20. Once we get into late this morning, gusts could be 20 to 30 miles per hour, but it shouldn't last too long if you do have those breezy conditions kind of kicking in. Otherwise, as we look at the rainfall, again, it's going to be continuing to move across portions of our easternmost counties, possibly, but staying just to our east, I think. So if you're watching us from Bishopville, also up towards Chesterfield, that's where the heaviest of the rain will be. And just take this with a grain of salt. This is just showing that we're going to see a quick drop off or cut off from who sees little rain, less than half an inch to more than 3 inches farther up towards the North Carolina state line. Now, as for the early part of your work week, once we get Chantal completely out of here, we'll have drier air, but we'll heat things up into the mid to upper 90s Monday.